What's going on, everyone? It's Lee here, the rental guy from the rental shop. It's Friday. I'm just getting ready to go, but let's talk about the week quickly. For those of you who don't know, we started this in 2019 from the garage, and we've always been reinvesting. Here's the garage where it all started, and that's the van that it all started in, actually. It's gonna be time to bring the minivan back. I'm gonna grab it from home, park it in the parking lot. Okay, never mind. It's still pretty snowed in, so scratch that. We'll do that in a few weeks when it thaws out a little bit more. This week, $4,061. We had about 14 orders go in and out through the week. Okay, so what's going out? Popcorn machine, snow cone machine. We actually have 3 photo booths out this week. Whole bunch of dishes, 130 dinner plates, a whole bunch of water goblets, some 6-foot tables, 50 chairs, a projector screen, 3 coffee machines, hot dog roller, cotton candy machine, and beer pong table. I bought this, a slush machine. This is a 15-liter. A good friend of mine told me you need at least a 14-liter so that it fits a big batch of slushy. So people ask for slushy machines. I'm excited to bring that in because concession's a good thing for us. I mean, this week we have a lot of concession going in and out, and it feels good. Anyways, I've been, putting tents and stuff inside the sea can. That's good to have sea cans going. And we're getting the trailer ready for the season here. You remember the new trailer, this guy right here. So you may know this if you followed me last season. I got sea cans because I needed somewhere to put my stuff. So I have this sea can here is full of all my tent poles, and I'll be slowly putting my jackhammers here. And I've got tent kits in here, and then I've got one that has my tops in it as well. So this is what my sea can looks like. Does it look like yours? So basically I've got some racking in the middle, and then I've got like container guy, their shelf hooks on the sides, and so that I can put all my different kinds of poles in there. And yeah, this is how it looks. My other sea can snowed in. I've got to find room for my stake puller and a whole bunch of other stuff. So we're still cleaning, so I'm not doing the warehouse tour and everything. Getting prepped, but this is what I'm running this year is my truck and a 20-foot trailer. It's got 3 feet with the nose, dual 7,000-pound axles. It's a car hauler, and then I'll be running my minivan with a utility trailer. Awesome. And then I've got my 14-foot box truck way over there. Getting ready for the season. We've got a trip planned next week to go get our pole tent washed. Oh shoot, it's a video. It's a video. Oh crap. Okay. To go get our pole tent washed from my friend Ty in Manitoba. And then after that, we have to go to Edmonton to actually pick up the chairs that we bought. So we're making 2 trips this week. So hopefully I'll be able to do some documenting. Maybe try to visit some of my friends' warehouses out there, because I have friends that have warehouses out there. So we've got these 2 types of chairs. We ordered some of those, but we're thinking about adding a 3rd type of chair, like a rustic resin chair, like the white folding one. So it's like this, but folding. Anyways, we've got a few trips to make. So really not much going on with the week. I've got exciting stuff in the pipeline, but not really exciting stuff here, fixing processes, making email templates. When I buy something, I throw up a landing page. I'm charging up the drone. Remember the drone that I use to take videos of my tents? Well, since I have all these new bounce houses, well, I'm going to actually rent a field, an indoor field that I can fly the drone through while they're all set up in there. Kind of like this video. This is the same field that I did when I first got my crayon bounce house. And I'm gonna do that for all my new ones, set them all up in this big gym here. Anyways, that's what's going on in the business. Had to stop by Michael's and pick up some shirts for staff for the year. Oh shoot, it's a video. It's a video. Oh crap. Okay. So we went ahead and you see these stack racks, we welded a whole bunch of wheels onto it so that we can get into this area to get up to get stuff. What you up to?
Just getting these photos ready. And then there's concession stuff.
We have concession stuff for tomorrow, right? Anyways, that's what's going on in the business. So I thought I'd do something different here. I thought, you know what? You send me so many emails, but I literally don't have the time to get all this done. So I'm going to flip the script now and, you know, answer some of these emails right here on the channel. A lot of them say, hey, like, we need mentorship, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I thought I'd read out a few of these emails and bang off some questions. Project temp business. We'll just call this person Pam. Where do you buy your tents, tables, chairs, and accessories? Well, I think that's a very loaded question. I buy my tents, tables, chairs, and accessories mostly from special event sales because they are my supplier in my area. There should be a supplier in your area. Best bet to go to Google and see who a supplier is in your area. Just Google the stuff. So anyways, I get mine from special event sales. If you're in Canada, fantastic option to get majority of the stuff. All right, next one, mentorship and advice. I've been a follower of yours on YouTube for a couple of months now. I'm very impressed with the business you've built. Well, thank you very much. I have the opportunity to possibly buy a local business that rents out bounce houses, castles, inflatable obstacle courses. Currently, this is basically all they do pretty well, have a monopoly in the area with it. But if I buy it, I see opportunities to not only grow that aspect of the business, but to expand into the event rental market as well, but sticking with branding around inflatables. So inflatables, tents, pubs, etc. My question for you is, do you offer any sort of mentoring that I can come to you for advice? No, I don't offer mentoring because I don't have enough time. I'm already stretched very thin with what I do, but you know, looking at your business model, the bounce house first business and the event rental business often run on separate schedules. So, you know, the event rental business, generally Monday to Friday, we make it that way. You know, sometimes if people have special requests, we go and do deliveries on Saturdays and so forth. But, you know, people have to pay extra for that, right? Whereas bounce houses, people want to have them dropped off at their house. You know, and that's on a Saturday. You rent for a certain amount of hours and then you pick up afterwards. So in order to keep staff running at that point, I mean, that's some weird schedules that you'll have to fill. That's why me in my business, why the bounce houses we do for customer pickups, and we do smaller ones, 13 by 13s and interactive inflatables. And we're not trying to compete with anyone. We are trying to be more expensive in the bounce houses for these little ones. We just want to, people want to add them to their order, then that's great. But I would caution mixing the two together because you're going to wear yourself thin. You're going to be working 7 days a week, you know, mixing those two worlds. Would love to chat. Here's the next one. I've been following you and your rental business on YouTube for a while now. I've started my rental business now. We've reached $116,000 in revenue. I've had some on and off mentors along the way, but never asked much of them, just gathered information when they had time. Recently, I found myself reaching levels of success that my mentors never reached this soon. So I'm looking for someone in the industry that has grown far beyond where I'm at to help get some guidance to the right steps to the points in my journey. I get these requests 2-3 times a week, and I just don't have the time to do it for everyone. However, you know, from my mentoring, you know, it started with Les. I buddied up with Les in Calgary and I started calling him. Also, I joined like the tent and event professionals group on Facebook, and I found all the local Canadian guys, and we've got like a secret little chat where we all chat with each other and, you know, compare stuff. We're all from different provinces, and you know, that's very insightful because we're not directly competitors and we share all the information, and it's quite nice But you know what? Learning is spending the time to, figure out customer tendencies. And, I did the dive into Gary Vee. I listened to like 30 hours of Gary Vee, and, I learned a lot. You listen to him enough and you start to like gain the business mentality. And so Gary Vee was quite insightful, when it comes to website and stuff like that. Like I found a lot of YouTube mentors, right? And, ChatGPT's been huge. When I'm like trying to learn trade show stuff, all I have to say is like, hey, like, can you tell me, what an industry standard for trade show rentals in my area is? And then do like a deep research on it. And all of a sudden, blickety blue, you get all the information that you need. And you can ask it questions. Like literally, ChatGPT has become so good that, I don't really need to ask people questions unless they have their own personal opinion about things. I don't know if that answers it. I hope this finds you well. I know you're super busy with your own business, but my partner and I just started a rental business. Our inventory consists of 5 8-foot folding tables, 12 50-inch rounds, 100 chairs, 20 by 20 tent, 20 by 40 tent, both with sidewalls and have lighting for each. We just had our first sale earlier this month, and we were wondering if you had any advice on what we should be focused on coming up on this winter months. That you could throw, any help that you could throw our way would be greatly appreciated. I watch yours and others on YouTube, but is there like a community for rental owners that you would recommend joining? Yes. Oops, you can't see me there. Yes, definitely. Community for rental businesses. I mean, join the event professionals groups on Facebook. Like those Facebook groups are great. You'll learn so much, and you'll find the people who are knowledgeable and that like to comment on things. Get in their inbox, become friends with them, and before you know it, you're gonna have a group of friends, and you're gonna be joining the fun, and just contribute yourself a bit so that you pique their interest, and give a little, take some back, give a little, take some back, and it works out there. So try Tent and Event Professionals on Facebook. That's a great one. And as for winter rentals, we're all still trying to figure that out. There's people who do snow removal. For us, we just pre-bookings, right? So for you, 20 by 20 and 20 by 40 tents are hard, right? So if you could put the 20 by 40 and the 20 by 20 together and gutter them, well, then you have a 20 by 60, right? The bigger tents you get, well, the farther in advance people book. So I would implore you to get a larger tent, and then that would get your ticket price up because you have 100 chairs. Yeah. Next one. Hello there. I'm a 20-year-old who found the event market interesting. I've now begun creating an event business in Australia. I love watching your videos, and I've since set up a website on Booqable. I was wondering if you think of having 4 main products would have much luck with marketing, or would it turn away customers? Here's my website so far. I don't see the website. I just have the email here. But 4 main products, I mean, that's great. If you can focus on something in particular, that would be absolutely fantastic. If you have yard games, only 4 yard games, well then, customers know what they're looking for. They'll be able to find you. They'll type in something like yard game rentals, and then it goes straight to your site. They know what to pick. Rather than them, typing in tent rentals, and then all that you have is a pop-up tent on there, and they're like, oh, well, actually, I wanted a 40 by 100, with X amount of guests and a dance floor and lighting, and you're like, And so you don't want to get yourself into those situations. So if you focus on what you can offer and then strategize the keywords for that, then you're going to be doing better. Good luck. I own a flower shop and I'm adding rentals to it. I was wondering where you get your white wedding chairs from. Everywhere I look, they're about $38 a piece. Well, that's a great question. And you got to spend a little bit of money to make a little bit of money. I got my first white fan back chairs from Co-op. I paid $16 a piece, and that was a deal. And now what it costs, like 32, I don't know what it costs, $24, $26 a chair. But you have to think of it this way: you spend that money and it makes itself back in roughly 8 rentals. And so if you do 16 rentals during the summer, well, then you've already made your chairs back twice. So it paid for them once, and then you have your profit on top of that. So the only way that you can really get cheap chairs is by going to China. But then you have to actually know that they're a reputable dealer in China. Plus you have to buy a full container worth. I mean, you're probably going to be over 100 grand deep in inventory before you can actually successfully get something for a third of the price from China. So think of it that way, and just remember, these rentals, they pay for themselves. So don't always focus on, you know, how cheap they are, just focus on how many times they can go out. That's where your problem lies. And like, they last forever. I still have chairs from day one right now. So I just want to thank you for your content. It's definitely helped me in my rental business. I bought the letters plans. We sell marquee letter plans and everything. I just love everything you guys offer. I do have a question. Do you have plans for the concrete blocks you created for your tents? We need to get off water barrels, and block and roll is way too expensive considering I already have 3 heavy duty dollies. Any direction would be great help. Thanks in advance. Yeah, well, let's just take a look outside here. I've got some at the front. So right out the door here, I just went to a construction company and I said, hey, I need a block that weighs X amount, and I need to be able to pick it up with my forklift and with dollies, and I need, you know, this thing. And literally, you go to a concrete company and you ask them, make me some weights. They give you a price, you pay for them. It's all good. Look who decided to come to work.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
I'm answering customers' emails
Oh,
over the video.
Oh, you printed them out?
Yeah, and I'm just rifling them off
Why'd you print them out?
so I can answer their emails in a video.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Cool. Did the guy come pick up the tablecloths?
he did. Yeah,
Okay, cool. So we can go anytime.
yeah, we can go anytime. I own a full service tent business. I watch your videos and compare ideas, and was really intrigued by your use of the mini skid steer in place of the Tentox. I'm thinking of buying one for my business, and I was wondering, after using it for a season, would you recommend the LR23 model? Please let me know when you have time. Well, the LR23 model is absolutely fantastic. However, it's, you know, I have friends who own Tentoxes, and, you know, the Tentoxes, they work a little bit harder. The LR23, I wouldn't trade it. You know, it's great for pulling up stakes. It's great for lifting center poles, and I can lift a few things because I put the forks on the front of it. So, and the price, I bought it for what, like 6 grand Canadian, and it just doesn't go wrong for me. If you're looking to put a bit on the end of the LR23, reach out to Chuck from Attachments and More, and yeah. Here's a few clips of me on the skid steer this season. Anyways, guys, that's just a few of the emails there. I thought I'd reach out and just do that. So thanks for watching. If you liked this video, check out some of the other ones. I just put a vlog for the week yesterday. If you didn't catch that one, go catch that one. And thanks for watching, guys. You stay classy. We'll see you on the next one.